go. Here's delete. So I just got done rewatching the Braxton Family Values episode 2 with Iyanla, and I'll just do another quick review about it. Okay, so the episode starts off with a quick recap of what happened last episode. After Iyanla got up in their asses about being late and being disrespectful, Tamar came in the next day with like army fatigues on and just doing the most as usual. So Iyanla's like, I recognize that like most families, you guys, you have a blow up and then no one ever talks about it. So we're not going to do that. There was a blow up. We're going to discuss what happened and say who's accountable. So everyone went around the table saying how they took ownership and how they were accountable for what happened in the situation. So when it came to Tamar, she was done rolling her neck and getting an attitude and told Iyanla, like, I perceive that you're a hypocrite because you said that we were supposed to be dedicated to the process and you're the one who left. And so Iyanla is like, once you violate the terms and the agreements of the process, then all bets are off. You guys violated it by being late and not showing up when you're supposed to show up. And she was like, I kept my commitment. I stayed. I kept my commitment. And then she's like, well, you committed to show up on a certain time and you didn't. So you didn't keep your commitment because you didn't show up when you said you were going to show up. And so she acting like she had like a screw loose in her neck because her head was look at my hair. It looked like she can't keep her head up. Like she needs to work on her neck muscles or something because her head just won't stay upright. So anyways, so she's just giving the woman all kinds of attitude, all kinds of issue, and it was actually really uncomfortable to watch. Like I didn't really like it. It was like, Tamar, knock it off. Like she's trying to help your family and you're coming in with all this attitude, all this irritation, and it just wasn't that fun. I was like, what are you doing? Like you're being ugly right now for no reason. So after that, she just kept yelling at Iyanla, and Iyanla was like being very she's being very calm about the whole situation. And she was saying basically like she was asking like, where does Tamar's hurt come from? Like a person doesn't act out like this, doesn't behave like this without there being some kind of hurt somewhere along the line. This behavior is the system is indicative of someone who's been hurt. And so she was like, behavior. What you saying? Behavior. You saying I have a behavior problem? Ain't no problem here. Which is just like what Evelyn said last episode. Ain't nothing stink over here. Ain't no fish over here. From the head to the tail, no fish over here. It's the same thing. Same fucking person. Annoying. So anyways, hold on, sorry guys. Gotta fix the lens in my camera. So anyways, so that's what happened there. And so she's like, and then Iyanla's like, I didn't say you had a behavior problem. I said that there's something happened, which is why you behave the way you do. I didn't say you have a behavior problem. And so basically they got to the root of it. And they said that the dad, no one was around for Tamar, and she basically was alone. So all her sisters had grown up and did something else and moved on with their lives and left her behind. And I had no idea that Trina was only 2 years older than Tamar. Tamar acts like a child. I thought that they were, well, I guess if I think about it, that makes sense. Because, that means they would have to be like 60. I feel like Tamar is like 12 years old. She's a perpetual 12-year-old. And I was really shocked to hear there was only a 2-year age difference. So Tamar was quiet for that bit when someone was saying that Tamar was the victim. So she shut up for that. She was quiet for that, She was like, oh yeah, you saying I'm the victim? Let me just be quiet. So Iyanla was like, only a person. Oh, so anyways, so she was getting in her face, doing all this with her finger in her face, and being just really disrespectful. And Um, and she was saying, the words you say out your mouth, who talks to people like that? Who talks to me like that? No one talks to me like that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Start moving her head around again, you know. And it was just weird. The whole thing was just weird. I was like, because I was looking around, I was like, what exactly is she saying? She can't even say the word behavior. Like, why can't she say the word behavior? Because you interpret the word behavior as behavior problem. Because you do have a behavior problem. No grown 40-year-old woman should be acting like that. It's insanity. And so, basically, she had her finger in Iyanla's face, doing all this, like doing that, and then she called her sis, like, get out of my comments, sis. Get out of my comments, sis. Girl, grow up. Like, you act like you're like one of those like 19-year-old, you know. Never mind. Anyways, she's like, get out of my comments, sis. Get out of my comments, sis. And then she's like, I'm not your sister. I'm 2 years younger than your mother. And then she was like, and your finger in your face, your finger in my face ain't gonna work for me. She's like, and then I'm 2 years younger than your mother. I have underwear older than you. She was like, I hope you don't have them. I hope you still don't have them. She's like, yeah, I got them and they clean. Like this thing and that. And it's just going off like barking in Iyanla's face. And so and then Iyanla's like, who? She's like, this is you. She's like, you allow this behavior to go on and on and on. And then she said, your behavior, Tamar, is abusive. And I thought that was like such a good revelation, because I'm always thinking in my mind, I'm like, what is this behavior called? Like, this is something. You know, the way she's behaving, I never knew how to like, what's the word? How to like describe it. But it's abusive. It's violent. It's like this stuff when someone's telling you this is how I feel, you rolling your neck, you brushing your bald head back, and you doing all this stuff. It's disrespectful. It's used a way to shut people down, you know, and it's just nasty. And so so basically they just get into it, and Tamar has been an ass the whole episode. Tamar was just being an ass. And eventually, after she says, okay, so who's gonna check her behavior? Like, she was just looking around like, which one of you guys? And she looked at Tony. I noticed that she looked at Tony because Tony, I guess, is like the only person to regulate her sisters, like hurting her sisters. And because her parents are completely checked out. And I could tell that's been there for a while. Their parents are checked out. So Iyanla looks at Tony like, who checks this behavior? And so then Mama E is like, oh, I do. It's like, you ain't gonna disrespect this woman in front of me. She's been disrespecting her for the last 10 minutes and you've done nothing. You've watched the whole thing unravel. It wasn't until she said, who's in charge here, that you feel the need to step up and be like, oh yeah, I'm the one in charge. You forgot you were the one in charge. And this is how things unfold in your family constantly. You can tell this is just how it is. Tamar's going off on someone and everyone's just sitting back and just being quiet and just letting her unleash on somebody. And that's not fair. My spots are different colors. That's what they kind of remind me of. We are sisters, we go together. We make up one big family, though we don't look the same. My spots are different colors. Okay, anyways, so a lot of things come out. Like Iyanla sits down with Tawanda and Tracy, and basically says to them, you know, if Tony can go off and go do a movie, do a tour, if, you know, Tamar can go be with Tamar and Vince, now how come Trina can't continue doing Braxton Family Values? What's the props? What's the problem? The problem. And so they're like, point taken. Like, we do hold a different standard, because I think what it is it's always been the three of them. So Tony's off doing Tony and Tamar's off doing Tamar, but the three of them together, you know, they're the ones who have to like pick up the slack. And so if she leaves, it's like, yo, you're supposed to be picking up the slack with us. Like, you're supposed to be helping us. And it just was insane to me that Tamar is the one who's the most angry about this whole thing. Like, I just don't understand why you have a sisterhood and you have sisters and you're letting something so petty like this come in between you guys. If she decides to do the show or not do the show without you guys, who cares? Who cares? and you guys do things without them all the time. And she's supposed to just stop her money because you guys said that. I mean, if she could have communicated herself better. She could have told them what, she could have stood in her conviction and told them, I'm not doing that because I want to keep my money. But ultimately, there's issues there that don't have anything to do with WeTV or Magical Elves or whatever the hell the production company is. So they were like, word, 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 word. And it comes out. Okay, so basically, what I thought was really interesting is that Iyanla sat down Michael and Mama E, and they sat down together, and basically Mama E is so bitter. Miss Evelyn is so bitter. I think it makes me kind of sad, like when I think about like all the years she wasted being mad at her husband, and she's still mad. She's still mad. And she said, Yanni's like, are you two still mad at each other? And she's like, no. And he's like, no. But you can feel, like, even through the TV, you can feel her body language. You can feel that anger in her. And she was like, okay, well, do you guys still love each other? And then she's like, no, I don't love him. The way I look at it is my husband died. And I don't know this man. And I don't want to get to know this new man. That's not like an angry bitch to me. I'm sorry. It's not like an angry bitch to me. That don't sound like someone who's moved on and healed. That's something I noticed too. I was saying this on Twitter yesterday. I was like, Michael is happy. He's laughing. He's joking. He's like, he's happy. And you're not. And you should explore what's stopping you from being happy. Because you see, your kids are falling apart. All your babies is upside down. Your babies is on their heads. They're upside down. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to communicate with each other. They're angry. They're angry at you. They feel like they can't tell you. They're mad at you. So they take it out on each other. And I just feel like it's insane. Like, even in their thoughts, they won't even let their thoughts go to the fact that they're mad at their mom. They won't let their thoughts think that they're mad at their mom. That's crazy. That's some dictatorship stuff. You can be angry at your parents. Like, even on Twitter yesterday, Trina was like, no matter what, I still love my mom. I was like, and I tweeted her, I was like, you can still love your mom and be mad at how she handled the past. There's nothing wrong with that. You can be mad about the things you did not get, about what you didn't receive. You can be angry. You can still love someone and be angry. And it's weird that you're not even allowed to think bad thoughts about your mom. Not even allowed to tell her that this hurt, what you did hurt me. And when Trina finally, like, there's one part at the end of the episode where they all get together and do a white table. So you get everything out that you want to get out. Trina got out basically that, she doesn't say things to not upset her mom. She doesn't want to upset her mom. So she doesn't say things how she feels and how she hurts. Because she doesn't want to upset her. I'm just like, okay, you can respect and honor your parents, but also tell them the truth too. You don't have to tiptoe around the truth. And there's time where you didn't even talk to your dad because you were too afraid to bring your dad around because your mom was mad about it. That's not okay. That's a failure on Evelyn's part. And so at the white table, they all go around and tell their secrets or whatever. But the biggest secret was Tony was like, I don't like you guys. I don't like none of you. Never did like you. You guys stopped me from soaring as high as I want to soar. I don't like my family. If y'all were my family, y'all would be my friends. She just kept going on and on and on. She was like Stanley from The Office? She was like the Stanley of the family. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, what time is it? It's almost 5 o'clock. Gotta get out of here. And you can see that when you watch the show over. You're like, wow, she is always leaving. Oh, I gotta go, guys. My lupus. I have to get out of here. I don't want to be around. So I don't feel happy I feel that way, but I'm mad at all of you. And we were all like, and they were all like this, and we were all like this. Like, get it together. Your family falling apart. But I'm glad she could say that. Like, it's important to say, hey, I'm mad at you guys. Like, I'm pissed. And, you hold all that stuff in. Because I've lost sisters, too. I have 3 sisters. And a brother. And you hold all that in because you're like, I don't want to hurt my sister's feelings. But it won't get better until you tell your sister what's up. And she'll just be going around, la, 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 not knowing that you're really mad at her. And that's not fair to her either. Who else's secret came out? Evelyn admitted that she put her children in the middle of her divorce. Michael Braxton admitted that he wasn't there for his children. He had checked out. Sorry. I just remember what Tamar, and then Tamar went on this whole, she come back from the car. And she's like, I had a revelation. She starts crying, and there's no tears, and everyone was clocking her on Twitter like, where are the tears? 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 Like, she should have put that like, actors put that, like, peppermint or menthol under their eyes to get the tears out. And it was just weird. The whole thing was just odd. She was doing all this, like, it was weird. And it's inauthentic, and it was odd, and I was like, what am I watching exactly? Like, and then she just sang all stuff like, I've been a bad person to you guys, and I have not been a brat. No, Tracy. That's what. No, I always get their names mixed up. Tracy. And I was like, this is fucking weird. Like, this is inauthentic. And everyone saw it was inauthentic from the beginning. They said, where are the tears? There's nothing here. And even her sisters were like, yeah, she's apologized before, but I hope this time it's real. I want it to be real. And I don't think it's real. What I think happened is she went out in that car. She was talking to her publicist, whoever was in that car, and they're like, sis, WeTV is gonna turn this around and make you look like the bad guy. Gonna make you seem like you the bad person. So you need to go in there. Whatever they say about you, just say it back to them. Just say it back to them. Agree with them so you can get out of there. And that's what she did. And then so she put on that show, and I was like, but it didn't. No one believed her. And it was just like an ugly, ugly side. It was a really ugly side to Tamar. And you see why things in her life kind of don't pan out, why she got kicked off the reel, why people don't really want to work with her, and why she's having such a tough go at it lately is because her attitude is, it's like she just wants to be seen. It's histrionic, it's dramatic, it's rolling her neck all around, it's all this stuff that's not professional, it's not kind, and it's like Elias said, it's abusive. And she was really mean to Jeannie Mai. Is that the Asian girl on The Real? She was really mean to her. And when you go back and you watch it, you're like, yeah, no wonder she got fired. It made people uncomfortable that she couldn't at least pretend or, like, get along with people if people have differing opinions. She was like, you wrong. Like, get your shit together, Tamar. And Elias said that Tamar is a physical manifestation of all the things Evelyn feels about herself. So Evelyn put that personality, that histrionic, that dramatic, that head rolling, that attitude, that I don't stink, where do I stink? All of that went into Tamar. Girl, I'm exhausted even talking about it. I got my own family problems. But, but I also thought was really interesting was like, where the hell is the part where Iyanla was so horrible? I was really waiting for that, like, the whole episode. I was kind of like, all right, where's the part where she's going to shame her sexually? They must not have put it in. Sorry, I thought that was my sister. They must not have put it in because of legal reasons or something, but I was like, where is it? Like, that's the part that she went on Wendy Williams, she went on Twitter, called that woman Rhonda, said her name was Rhonda and not Iyanla. Was being disrespectful, calling her the devil and a liar, and there's legal action behind it and everything. So where's the beef? Like, we want to kind of see that. If you got that footage, please show us. If you got that footage, because I didn't see anything that Iyanla did that was inappropriate. Only person being inappropriate was Miss E and Tamar. People who I'm proud of Michael Braxton. He came in with an open heart. He came in ready to, say, okay, this is my fault, and look at himself critically. I'm proud of Tony. That's hard to say, is I don't like y'all. And I'm proud of, that's it. And those are the two that I think did that stood out the most. And they did the best job, and they came in to do the work. They didn't come and defend and be nasty and be ugly and treat this woman like she wasn't doing y'all family a favor. I'm just over Braxton family values. What values? What family?